In 1988, Gift of Life was formed in response to a crisis in obstetrical care in Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery and its surrounding counties were thought to be one of the worst areas in the nation to have a baby. Infant mortality and low birth rates were rising. Hospitals were experiencing a high number of walk-in deliveries, and the system of perinatal care was fragmented and uncoordinated. For the past 30 years, the Gift of Life Foundation has helped decrease infant mortality through programs that empower families to reduce the challenges they face that threaten their health and prevent a healthy birth outcome. Our nurse home visitors, parent educators, and mobile family coaches use evidence-based curriculums to help first-time and parenting moms and dads have healthier pregnancies, develop effective parenting skills, achieve goals, and provide connection to community resources that help them increase self-sufficiency and succeed.
I enjoy being someone who can help educate these mothers. They're first-time moms. A lot of them don't have any, some of them have no support. It's very limited. Some of them are young. Some of them are all alone. So I am able to go in early in their pregnancy, teach them things about how to have a healthy pregnancy, a safe delivery, what to expect during this delivery, and then we transition into how to take care of your newborn when it's here. And after the newborn is here, I am there with them for the next 2 years to teach them all about safe sleep, helping them with breastfeeding, just anything that concerns them.
Labor and delivery was one of my first passions, and I found that in labor and delivery there were a lot of moms there who were uneducated about the birthing process, about the parenting process, and this job affords me the opportunity to be the educator, so that when they do make it to that point in the delivery process, they're not oblivious to anything that could potentially happen.
Being the first time mom, I didn't know the ropes. Like, I was kind of nervous, even though we've been wanting this, and so I was like, well, maybe I should just reach out, and because I don't know anything about being a mom.
One of the things that I say I did learn and that I wouldn't have and I didn't go through Gift of Life is the importance of actually being there as a father. You know, as the man, we constantly think we're just a provider, but that time is just as much important as me actually providing financially and stuff. That time was very important because she needed my help, you know, and me being available, having that time there, it made it, I'm not gonna say it was easy because, you know, a newborn baby ain't easy, but it made it a lot easier for us to deal with and manage. So as far as that time being there, actually being there present, is what I learned that I probably wouldn't have learned without the program.
As a nurse home visitor, I actually would get the chance to follow a mom throughout the entire course of her pregnancy. We would talk about the common discomforts of pregnancy on up to contractions and labor and delivery. There's a lot of stuff in between, but basically she would have a nurse who could sit and visit with her, whether it be FaceTime, telephone calls, like a lawn visit maybe, where we could still be 6 feet apart, and go over things that are happening. Oftentimes we know that in doctor's office, sometimes visits are short and sweet and to the point, and there is no relationship. As the nurse, we get to build that relationship with the client that then entails them or affords them the opportunity to ask questions that they might not feel comfortable asking the doctor.
We also are concerned with child abuse and neglect, violence. A lot of these mothers are subjected to a lot of violence since they've been at home, and we screen for this and try to get them the help and resources that they need to help them through this, and that's what I'm there to do.
One of the things I like about the program that I got to bond with my nurse, even after hours. Like if I had a question, I can text her, and she's always there for me whenever I needed her.
When I began the Gift of Life program, I was a first year law student who had just found out I was pregnant, and I was scared. How do you accomplish such a big goal while being pregnant? But I'll tell you how. Support, encouragement, motivation. Through the Gift of Life Foundation, I learned so many tools to being a great mother. I learned how to create a safe, loving environment for my son, how to provide time and attention to him despite my busy law school schedule. And I could go on and on about the great things the Gift of Life Foundation has taught me. I would not be standing here today, Mashara McCall, attorney at law, mother of Christian King, without the Gift of Life Foundation, without Nurse Christy.
Programs like Gift of Life should be funded because it's for the community. It's for, I won't say the less fortunate, but the people who doesn't have access to a lot of things, i.e. People who not as close with their parents or whatever, who can't get that information, people who don't not afford to take classes where they could get the information about birth and how to have a healthy baby and how to have a baby to live longer than a year old. So I think it's very vital, it's very accessible to people who need it, and that's why I think why this program should be funded, should continue to be funded.
So the funding that is provided by McV allows the nurse home visitors to go into these homes of these mothers, pregnant mothers, infants, toddlers. The funding allows us to be able to provide educational support. We provide developmental education activities for these mothers so that they can use this with their infants and toddlers to keep them developmentally on the right track, on the right path, so that they become toddlers that are ready for the next part of their life, and hopefully that they have developmentally accomplished everything that they need to do. All of this is possible because of your funding. And I'm proud to be able to go into a home and give something to the mother so that she can work with her child during that next whole month to get it down good. And then we move on to the next month. And month by month, I have something that I can provide to her that I feel is so important.